What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a dry and enjoyable weekend thus far. I hope everybody is in good spirits. I hope you all are preparing for your week. Thankful. Glory be to God. Thank you for protecting us, Lord. Thank you for covering us in the blood of the Lamb. Thank you for giving us another opportunity to be better than we were yesterday. We appreciate you, Lord. We thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ. We thank you for the Holy Spirit. We thank you for everything that you do for us, Lord, on a daily. Now, I posted something, and a lot of people just took it and went that way with it. And that, let's get this straight. For those of you that know me, you know I'm not sarcastic. I'm not sarcastic at all. I don't do the sarcasm. I'm not a male chauvinist. I don't bash women on Facebook. I don't do any of that. When I asked a question and it says women don't want to be wives anymore, a lot of y'all took that in a negative form as to me speaking for you guys, and that wasn't what I was doing. So let's get to it. What men see on social media these days, what men see in public, what men hear on podcasts, what godly men know what a wife is supposed to be, it's lack thereof. So my question in asking it is like, y'all don't want to be wives no more? It wasn't me speaking for y'all. I don't have to speak for anybody. If it applies, it applies. When I ask that question, it's because I see women wanting to be everything but that. Everything but. I'm not speaking for nobody. But coming from a man who is a husband, if I was on the dating market and potentially looking for someone to settle down with and possibly become a wife, because you got to understand this, that's the destination for a man of God. Let's get that straight so there ain't no misunderstandings. If I was in the dating pool in this generation, right, and I was potentially looking for someone to settle down with, and the initial goal is to be married, etc., I would probably be looking for the next 10, 15 years. Because in this generation, women don't want to be wives. So all you females who sit here and say, don't speak for me, I want to be a wife, okay, what are you doing to prepare yourself for that? What are you doing to set yourself up for God to send you your husband? Because if you're not doing what you're supposed to do biblically to receive your husband, then what are you really doing? Just because you say, oh, I want to be a wife, but then what you guys will do is you'll spin it around and you'll blame it on the dude. No, I don't go like that. And this applies to men too. You can't keep blaming the woman because you're not a husband. It don't go like that. Self-accountability is the best ability. So a lot of the females that just came and commented on that post, I'm waiting for them to come here so I can give them this raw and uncut so they'll have a better understanding and not think I'm speaking for them. I don't gotta speak for nobody, but I will call it like I see it. What are you doing to prepare yourself to be a wife? And I'm not talking about blaming men for not wanting to be husbands. See, that's the first defense mechanism y'all use. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, what are you doing to receive your husband? That's what we're talking about. What are you doing to receive your husband? Are you doing what you're supposed to do biblically? Are you carrying yourself like a God-fearing woman to receive your husband? Or are you sitting back blaming men because you ain't no wife? That don't go like that. What are you doing as a woman for God to be able to send you your husband? That's what my question is. What are you doing as a woman for God to send you your husband? Are you going to church? Are you in your word? Do some of you females even understand what being a wife is? See, because a lot of y'all like to just get married. Y'all just like the ceremony. Y'all just want to walk around and have a ring on your finger. Are you following the necessary steps? Are you putting in the footwork after you say I do? After you exchange all those vows at the altar with this man that you love with all your heart, supposedly? Are you doing what God is asking you to do to live up to what your responsibility that you promised to God? Because remember, when you stand at the altar, that's how you establish your covenant. That's how the covenant between you, your husband, and God is established. Are you doing everything the Bible says that you're supposed to be doing as a wife? And you wouldn't know that if you ain't never been married before. You wouldn't know how to be a wife. You would know what it's supposed to take to be a wife if you was in your Bible and you was reading. I can give y'all scriptures about being a wife. But for the females that came on there and said something about don't speak for us, I want them to come on to this live so they can explain to me what a wife is to them. What's a wife? Are you putting in the necessary time? Are you asking God to prepare you? I told y'all, them 4 P's. Preparation prevents poor performance. If you not involved in them 4 P's, how do you even expect to be a wife? What is being a wife to you? Are you ready to take on the marital duties and the responsibilities that are required to be a wife? Are you ready to be submissive? Most of y'all can't even be submissive. Do you know in the Bible it says you're supposed to be submissive to your husband? A lot of y'all is very standoffish. A lot of y'all don't know what being submissive is. We're not talking about during intimacy. And I'm not getting on y'all case, but I posted something and y'all was passionate enough to come and talk. So now I'm about to give you the biblical form of it. Are you ready to surrender to your husband? Are you willing to let him lead and you sit back and be a wife? What if it requires you to go 50-50? A lot of y'all don't want to go 50-50. Y'all want a man to take care of y'all. Is that what you sitting back waiting for? Is that why being a wife sparks your interest? A lot of y'all in relationships are out here single and expecting a man to take care of y'all. That's not what... You'll never be a wife that way. Unless it's somebody out here who just want to be a dummy and take care of you the rest of your life and you don't got to do nothing. But once he understand you never had the intentions on performing your wifely duties, what's that, Quinn? Glad you asked. Being submissive, being able to listen is the #1 problem that a lot of you women have. Being able to listen to understand and not listen to just respond. Why are you saying that? Well, I posted something that said women don't want to be wives anymore, and somebody interpreted what I meant based on an emoji and minus the question mark. Instead of asking me, what did you mean by that? Are you saying it this way or are you saying it that way? Y'all took it in a defense way right out the gate. And like I said, if you know me, you know I'm not negative. I'm not with no drama or none of that. But if you knew me, you would understand where I was coming from with what I posted. And I purposely didn't put the question mark because I knew I was going to get the other form in response. The negative responded. I didn't ask a negative question. Women don't want to be wives anymore? Because I don't see it on social media. Y'all don't post about being wives. Y'all not posting about God prepare me for my husband. Come in and renovate my heart, Jesus. And prepare me for the man that you want me to go on this journey with. Y'all not posting that. But as soon as y'all see something to say, women don't want to be wives, you take it in a negative fashion. Now y'all want to be responsive to it. Don't respond to me, respond to Jesus. If he's knocking on your door to be a wife, why haven't you answered yet? Is what my question is. I got a wife. Did she want to be a wife? Yes, she did. Is the covenant now built between me, her, and God? Yes, it is. Did it take a while? Yes, it did. But in order for her to receive her husband, she had to prepare herself to be a wife. See, a husband can want to be a husband, but if the woman he loved don't want to be a wife, that's never going to work in God's eye. Why? That bondage is not equally yoked. You can have the yoke of bondage with Satan. That's why it says equally yoked. God and Satan will never be equal. So if you got one person who's on a path who wants to be a husband, and you got a wife who thinks she want to be a wife just because she wants the marital benefits, what are the marital benefits, Quinn? I'm glad you asked. It's my job to provide and protect. It's my job to make sure you okay. It's my job to make sure these kids is okay. It's my job to make sure the household is built on a foundation that it's supposed to be built on, right? See, these are all the duties of a husband. And when a lot of you women come into a marriage, you expect the husband to perform the way he's supposed to in a godly fashion. But see, the thing about it is, when a lot of women come across a man of God, it run them the other way. I didn't say all, I said a lot. Y'all come across a man of God and y'all don't want no parts of that. Y'all want the thug with the chains and the grills in his mouth. And I didn't say all, I said a lot. So don't go back and say don't speak for us again, because I'm not. I said a lot. Y'all attracted to the bad boys. Y'all ain't got your eyes on dudes in church. Y'all don't got your eyes on dudes who usher. Y'all don't got your eyes on dudes who are part of the evangelist ministry. Y'all don't got your eyes on dudes who going back to school to get his bachelor's in biblical studies. Because I'm paying attention to what's on social media. Y'all worried about how y'all look. Y'all worried about being independent. The independent woman is back. This is why y'all wanted Kamala Harris to be president so bad. And I said this before the election even started. I said, God's not going to let that happen. Nobody believe me. Oh, you a Trump supporter. Has nothing to do with Trump. Has everything to do with when man surrenders and allows a woman to take over, how you think that's going to go? And a lot of y'all don't want to be led by no man. Y'all rather be led by a woman. Don't got nothing to do with Trump. I'm going to say it again. Has nothing to do with Trump. See, a lot of y'all got mad when Barack Obama became president. You was cheering, but see, that gave the black man another form of stability mentally that he could be whatever he want to be. A black man is president now. Now our chins is up. See, some of y'all women don't like when a black man have his chin up because the happiness don't consist of you. So when I post something and say, love God before you love your woman or love your spouse, y'all don't really like that. Because when a man's happiness becomes his safe place, his sanctuary, When a man's peace becomes non-negotiable, when a man starts following God and understanding the transition in his journey of who he was, now God is ahead of his life, you don't really matter no more. You matter, but you don't matter. You matter second. You don't matter first no more. And that's when a lot of relationships go wrong, because men tend to put these women first and they're not putting God first. But guess what? This is where you get the benefit from. If a man is putting God first, if a man loves God first, you should be giving him a hand clap for that. Because in loving God first, he's automatically going to know how to love you second. But see, some of y'all don't understand that biblical umbrella. It's God, then it's you. And a lot of you women don't want to be second. Y'all don't even want to be second to y'all boyfriends or y'all spouse's parent. Some of y'all can't stand your mother-in-law. Some of y'all can't stand your father-in-law. Now we're talking about women right now. My message tomorrow, I'm going to get on men too. But see, I posted that just to see what type of response I was going to get before I gave this message. Are y'all preparing yourself to be wives? Or are you blaming men because you ain't no wife? I'm just asking. See, because men don't have nothing to do with why you ain't no wife. If you went through heartbreak, if you feel like you was mistreated, if you felt like you've been dogged out by men, you had kids, your baby daddy ain't ish, whose fault is that? That's the man you chose. God didn't choose him for you. So again, let's backtrack. Are you preparing yourself to be a wife? Or did you get married under your own understanding, without God's approval? See, that's like shaking the dice. You don't know how the dice gonna fall. You might win, you might crap. It's 50-50. So if you went and got married and it wasn't under God's approval, if it don't work, you can't blame God for that. God didn't tell you to marry that man. You chose to do that. That foundation you built with whoever you built it on and it didn't work. You built that foundation. It wasn't God's foundation. God didn't dig the dirt up. He didn't lay the cement down. He didn't start putting that wood up. You did that on your own. See, you guys have to understand something. In life, everything requires a blueprint. But who are you allowing to lay the blueprint out for you to see the floor plan? Some of y'all go under your own intuition. That be on y'all. Y'all pick these dudes and based off how he's sweet talking you and he done took you to lunch a couple of times. Now y'all being intimate. Now y'all have been intimate 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Now he don't want nothing to do with you no more. Did you show him you were trying to be a wife? Yeah, I did. How? Because you cooked him a couple meals? You ran him a bath? See, that's wife stuff. You doing wife stuff. Y'all gonna be mad at me, and that's okay. Because I know I'm giving it to y'all the way I'm supposed to give it to you. See, y'all doing wife stuff for dudes who don't deserve a wife. Then, when it don't go as planned, y'all want to get mad and start talking about all men is dogs. Like some female came there and said, that's because men are hoes. I'm not going to even go there with her. I started to, but I'm not. Because I want to ask her, have you prepared yourself to be a wife? Or how many men did it take for you to understand that they hoes? And watch this. Repetitive behavior will never get you the different results you're looking for. So how many times have you been through the same thing with men for you to say men don't want to be husband, they want to be man hoes? How many men did it take for you to understand that? Hopefully not more than 2. Because after the first one, you should have been giving yourself to God. Prepare me to be a wife if that's what you want to be. Because watch this, and don't take this the wrong way. You're doing the same thing the men is doing. It took you 2 or 3 different men, or you was with somebody who was doing A, B, and C, and you chose to stay. Well, if you were really preparing yourself to be a wife, if you wanted to be a wife in your heart, that's what God would make you. He would make you that. God will give you your desires with his approval stamped to it. So if you want to be a wife, guess what? Lord, I ask you to make me in the image of what you want me to be. I am willing to prepare myself to go in a transition on this journey for you to send me my husband. If you ain't saying that, don't ever play with me on that post like that. Because a lot of y'all ain't saying that. Y'all putting tight jeans on, going on your stories, turning around, showing your butt, going to the gym, putting on tight stuff, ain't even going to work out. Water bottle still full. You ain't done a sit-up. But you're going to take pictures in the mirror of how tight your pants is. And you wondering why you ain't no wife. And why all you getting is physical attraction. You're not playing with me. I got a wife. And her backside is probably as big as all y'all's on here. So I'm not tripping off that. That's not what I married her for. It took me some years to understand that it was God's plan. Because under my own intuition, I tried to detach myself from the marriage. And God said, nope, you're going to stay your tail right here. I got a plan for y'all. See? But I had already set myself up to be a husband. That's why it's hard to be anything else. Y'all bumping into these men who pump faking with y'all and y'all going for it. If you keep allowing these men to come in your life and pump fake, that's on you. Why are you even being a participant in a game he playing? So you can't be being no wife because your tolerance level for BS would be this small. You sit back and accept all that BS from men, then you want to blame them. Blame yourself. God would have been showed you the avenue where he wants you to go down. You chose the detour because he was handsome, or he had a good job, or he had his own house and he had a nice car. That's what got your attention. Did he ever invite you to church? Nope. Did he ever say something to you about going to Bible study? Nope. Did he ever say something to you about being involved in a ministry? No. So that's what you chose. Ladies, you will be able to know if a man of God is a man of God. Stop choosing these dudes who ain't men of God and expecting him to treat you correctly. If he ain't of God, he'll never know how to love you correctly. He'll never know how to treat you correctly. And I'm not talking about no Muslims, no Mormon. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about a Christian man of God, a disciple for the Lord. Now, see, some of y'all females be scared of that. When a man of God walk in your life, that scares you. You want me to tell you why? Nope, I'm not going to do it because you already know. Because you ain't been right with God. So when a man of God does cross your path, you be reluctant to give him a chance because you know somewhere in your spirit and your heart you ain't as holy as he is. And that scares you. I get it. I'm not about to, he be going to Bible study every Wednesday. He be going to church every Sunday. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Well, then how can you call yourself a wife? How can you call yourself a person who's preparing to be a wife if you're scared to go to church with this man? How can you call yourself a person who's preparing to be a wife if you don't want to go to Bible study? You rather go see Lil Wayne than the people who sing Jireh. You rather go on trips and cruises. So again, are you preparing yourself to be a wife? So when I say, don't nobody want to be wives no more, I'm asking a question. I'm asking a legitimate question. And I'm going to do the same thing for husbands in a couple days. I'm going to prep them on what it takes to be a husband. Why? Because I can. God had to prep me to be a husband. Now he's telling me to spread the word. God honors marriage. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. It's been ups and downs, but my wife can cook. After 3 kids, she still got a banging body. She's beautiful, and she's intelligent, and her career is taking her somewhere else. Did I get lucky? Yes, I did. God favored me. Why did he? Because he knew I wanted to be a motherfucking husband. That's why. You see how that work? Y'all probably don't. But that's how that works. When you prepare yourself and you open up the doors to your heart for God to come in and renovate yourself, he'll give you whatever your heart desires. But some of y'all ain't desiring to be no wife. Don't play with me. I can tell. I can go pull up some of your posts. Wives don't talk like that. All I see is F this nigga ain't ish. These dry ass niggas out here, but you want to be a wife. I wish my wife would come on social media talking like that. I wish she would come on social media going to Planet Fitness and got some tight shorts on and showing her coochie and showing her backside and she got a ring on her finger. I wish she would. But see, she knows she's a wife, so she's not going to disrespect her husband like that. She's not going to do that. Ever. I ain't even got to worry about that. And we don't even follow each other on social media. But I trust her. Why? Because she knows she got a king. She's not going to disrespect me. See, that's the difference when you set yourself up. When you allow God to maneuver your chess pieces, things fall into place. And this message probably going to get me unfollowed, unfriended. Guess what? That's okay. I know I'm telling y'all the truth. And for the dudes that's on here, I got a message for y'all Monday. It's coming for y'all too. It ain't just women. Because I'm going to post men don't want to be husbands no more. And I guarantee you, some women going to come on there. No, they too busy doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Only one man came to that post and said the reason why women don't want to be wives anymore is because they too stuck on independency. He was telling the truth. Y'all don't need no man. As long as you got your bags, your Pomeranian puppy, your breast is 66 G's, and you got a BBL, you don't need no man. Real men don't care about none of that. Natural body women will always win. See, that BBL stuff been played out. Y'all use it to attract. A lot of y'all be doing it to go sit at these basketball games and these football games trying to catch y'all one of these athletes. And that's going to catch you something else. It ain't going to catch you the NFL or the NBA. It's going to catch you an STD. That's what y'all really be doing it for. Y'all want to be seen. Y'all want to be out there. Y'all trying to catch something. It's going to catch you something, all right? It's going to catch you something you don't want. And I ain't talking about no reception or no assist. We know what y'all doing that for. Y'all trying to get chose. Some of y'all even walk up in church like that. Y'all trying to get chose. Your intentions is wrong, baby girl. That's why you ain't got no husband yet. But don't blame it on men. A man is going to be a man. That has nothing to do with the woman that you are asking God to make you. If you asking God to make you the woman that he wants you to be. Not the one you've been, because you see, that ain't got you nowhere. Then y'all come on here and say, oh, I'm single by choice. I bet. You single because ain't no real man going to tolerate your BS. Ain't no real man going to deal with your BS. Don't no real man care about your BBL and your Chanel bags and your fuzzy slippers and you being a content creator. That's not preparing yourself to be no wife. That's seeking attention. That's seeking attention. All on your story. With your butt sitting on the sink. All on your story. At the gym. With tights on. Showing your front and your back. You trying to catch you a baller. You trying to catch you one of them basketball boys. You trying to catch you a athlete. All y'all be at all these football games and basketball games want to sit on the first row. Got a Chanel bag. $2,000, $3,000 bag. Ain't got nothing but a tampon and an EBT card in it. But y'all want to be a wife. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to maintain my holiness, and I'm going to stop right there. A lot of y'all just lashes and makeup, and that's not going to get you no husband. If you do not put yourself in position to be a wife, how can you ever expect to be one? Some of y'all gonna say, I already been a wife and he cheated. Did you pick him or did God pick him? See, a lot of times y'all go to get your husbands, y'all think it's Build-A-Bear. He gotta have this, he gotta have that, he gotta have this, he gotta try that, he gotta have this. I seen something where a woman said, my husband lost his job and I divorced him. So she didn't hear for richer or for poor, for better or for worse. She didn't hear that. She was married to his pockets, and a lot of y'all the same way. Y'all want to be secure. Y'all want a 6-figure man. Y'all have a good day.